Welcome, everybody, to Dueling Aces for November 11th, 2024. Happy Veterans Day. Thank you all for those who have served. Appreciate it very much so. Joining me to start off, as always, is Bruiser, who looks completely exhausted, tired, and maybe a little hungry.
This is my thinking face. This is my thinking face.
So, just to kind of catch everybody up, Bruiser had a very early morning yesterday. I mean, I couldn't believe when I had awake. I was awake, and all of a sudden I see Bruiser doing a live vlog at 5 a.m. Like, what in the blue blazes were you doing up? So you want to fill everybody in on where you were and what you were doing?
I told you last Monday what I was doing. I had to be up at 5 o'clock to be in downtown.
For those who missed said show.
Well, then they'll just have to listen to it again, won't they? I was in downtown Cleveland for a powerlifting competition yesterday. It was all kinds of fun. Man, if I could drive I-71 every day at 5 a.m., that'd be great.
On a Sunday, no less.
Dude, there were 4 cars. I passed 4 cars.
And 2 of them were state troopers.
Yeah. Yeah. From Medina until the 480 split, I passed 4 cars. 2 of them were state troopers that were pulling over a semi that I was passing, and the 4th car was a Strongsville cop trying to run traffic on 71 just by 82.
Oh, I know where that one sit. Been there, done that. Seen him before.
I didn't like pass another car until I got to West 130th.
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty close getting into town.
Yes. Yes. Wow. I didn't there was nobody. It was great.
That had to be a little spooky. It had to be a little spooky at that point.
No, it was great. I loved it.
Almost got that end of the world feeling.
No, that's Christmas morning. I will go drive around Christmas morning after all the presents are opened and everybody's chilling out. I will go drive by the mall and other places just to see the parking lots empty. Because I think it's awesome.
Well, real quick, our nice little logo on the table there. Check out Soren on his Brake Wizards brakes. You can definitely turn around. He's been doing this for quite a while, and I just happened to catch, in the community of card breaking and the hobby of sports cards and whatnot. He does a really nice job, and a lot of the people who are into his breaks and stuff, I mean, they're really down to earth people, and it's not super crazy. A lot of the folks have even said it's really affordable, and he doesn't have any garbage, so it's really cool. So you get an opportunity if that is your thing and you want to check him out.
I have no idea what card breaks are.
I know, like Adam knows as well as I do, and you'll purchase a team or teams, and the cards that come out are what you win, what you bought for. So, and he's rarely ever had a stinker. In fact, he even says when he has the break, if there are no cards that get pulled for your team, that you got, he will actually send you a graded card from a player from that team. That's his guarantee, which is pretty impressive. Very impressive.
Oh
I,
boy, we've got some serious action going on tonight, tomorrow, and Wednesday.
Are you already jumping the gun and looking at our favorite neat little topic? I was going to bring that up. We were talking
action.
Yeah, we were talking some mad craziness, and we'll bump right into our college football right now. Thanks to a few major losses.
Currently, on Thursday night,
let's not jump the gun.
7:30 in Tulsa, Oklahoma. You could go see the Eastern Carolina Pirates versus Tulsa for tickets as low as $2.
All right. We'll get to that. Let's get our thing here first. But we've got to talk. We will talk about our little adventure from last week. But Miami going down almost fell out of the playoff race, all the way down to 12.
Hold on. I haven't looked yet. See, Texas is right where I thought they would be at number 3.
Yep.
I still think they're better than
Penn State got to move up a couple. Indiana, I thought Indiana might sneak all the way up. I was still kind of surprised.
No, Indiana's right. Indiana's right where they should be.
You think?
Top 5, Indiana's right where yes, I think 100% Indiana's right where they should be. I love the fact that Georgia's got 2 losses.
Oh, absolutely. Well, and technically they should have 3. Kentucky should have tailed them too. We know that should have happened. Kentucky had them too. So
sure, but they didn't. That, you know what I mean? Like, they didn't.
Yeah.
It's like Dominic Toretto from Fast and the Furious. Had me, you never had me. You never even had your car. Doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning's winning.
Oh, whatever, Durkin. No, Penn State got to move up. Indiana, I thought Indiana might get all, especially at 10-0. But like you said, they're measuring sticks coming up here. They have to play Ohio State. I think it's this week. I believe it's this week.
No, Ohio State plays Northwestern this week.
That's right. The 23rd before Michigan. That's right. We got 2 weeks. So in 2 weeks. But here's the thing. Even if Ohio State loses, they'll fall far. If Indiana loses, I don't think they'll fall that far because it's still a top 5 team.
They'll fall out of the top 12.
Indiana
will. Yep. If Indiana loses to Ohio State, Indiana will fall out of the top 12.
Wow. That's, I don't know. Not at 11 and
because
1.
right now Indiana is yes.
Indiana would be going in at 11 and 1, and you'd have them outside of the playoffs.
George, Boise State and SMU are outside looking in at 8-1 apiece.
Yeah, Indiana. I think Indiana's still set up their bye week, so that'll happen. Actually, that'll happen this week.
Yes, that'll happen. The thing with Indiana is
they'd be at 10-1. You seriously think a 10-1 is going to be on the outside?
Yes. If you would let me finish a sentence, I will explain.
Okay.
Indiana, by virtue of the fact that they are undefeated, is why they are at number 5. Because they are in the Big Ten and undefeated is why they are in the top 5. If they lose to Ohio State, the committee and the AP will see that as, see, they're good, but they're not ready to be there yet, and they'll drop them out of the top 12. They'll put them at like 13th. George, it'll happen. Trust me, it'll happen.
I don't think it's going to
When
be
are
a
you going to
Miami.
learn to listen?
Miami
When are you going to
lost
learn to
to an
listen to your
unranked.
hands?
Miami lost to an unranked. Ohio State's ranked at 2. Penn State didn't. When Penn State lost, they didn't fall that far.
Miami lost to Georgia Tech.
Correct.
And Miami was 3rd. They dropped 9 spots.
Right, but like I said,
if Indiana loses to Ohio State, the average that most teams have been dropping with a loss like that has been 6 spots. That puts them at number 11. If they drop 1 spot this week because of the bye, it puts them at 6 going into next week against Ohio State. So they lose at 6 to Ohio State. That drops them to 12. Any other shenanigans that go on and another team drops out, Indiana could drop out of the top 12. I'm telling you, a loss to Ohio State could put them out of the top 12.
It's going to be pretty interesting, that's for sure. I'm still surprised Georgia's almost lost to Kentucky. I'm still saying they shouldn't even be in there at the moment.
Why not? They're 7-2 in the. They're 7-2 in the toughest conference in football.
Oh, and BYU, they are lucky to still be where they're at because they almost crapped the bed. I was up watching that football game, ironically, by just pure accident. Next thing I know, it's 2:45 in the morning, watching BYU barely hang on to win by the field goal. That was crazy.
If Ohio State or Penn State were in the SEC, they have LSU or South Carolina's record right now. They have 3 losses. Guaranteed they'd have 3 losses. I could say that because my team is right now the number 1 team in the SEC.
Right. I still think Army's getting a little bit hosed. I mean,
Army's right where they should be. Maybe one more spot up in the top 15, but Army's right where they should be.
I would have put them right at about 13. I would have set them right. I would have set them right now. I would have set them up at 13.
I don't know that they're better than A&M, SMU, or Boise State.
No, Boise State really didn't have a barn burner against Nevada. It was only by a touchdown.
Yeah, I'm looking at totality. I'm looking at totality, though.
Yeah, well, yeah, I know. Well, like I said, that one was kind of. Oh, Jesus. Oh, boy. I'll let you handle this one.
No, they wouldn't. If Michigan were in the SEC last year, they'd have 2 losses. Possibly 3.
Well,
And that's just regular season losses.
that's true. Well, you said that there would probably be a 2-loss team sitting in the playoffs that would make playoffs. Right now, you're looking at 3 of them.
Right now, there's 3, and there'll probably be a 4th.
Who do you see?
You got Ohio State sitting there with 1 loss. Penn State sitting there with 1 loss. Indiana beats
Penn State's got a cupcake scheduled the rest of the way.
Penn State
the rest of the way.
Penn State still has to play in the Big Ten title game if they make it that far.
Now that won't that'll put them against Oregon.
But what I'm saying is you can still have 2-loss Penn State in the playoff. Ohio State has 1 loss. If they lose to Indiana, that's 2 losses.
Oh, geez.
In the playoffs. I'm talking about the playoffs. I'm talking about regular season.
You don't think they would have beat Bama in a regular season game?
No, because Bama was mad most of last year after Texas beat them. Then Texas turned around and shit the bed to Oklahoma the following week. A couple weeks later.
Well, I don't know how much football you got to watch this weekend. I did do my due diligence. I watched Georgia and Ole Miss.
I watched Texas on Saturday afternoon, and I felt bad for Florida. I felt bad for Florida. I watched Texas. I watched Ole Miss in Georgia. I watched Bama LSU. And then
Bama LSU kind of seemed a little boring.
It was a very bland game.
Good. I'm not the only one. I was like, I think I was watching Boise State play. And like I said, I watched the BYU in the late game. Ohio State starts during when Bryce is at the bowling alley. So I have to kind of catch like the beginning part, and then I don't get home until almost the end of the third quarter. So it's kind of weird to try to catch up with anything around the 12 o'clock starts.
There was a Big Ten game that I caught a little bit of, but I can't remember who played.
Was it Michigan, Indiana?
It might have been.
That game was a little bit ugly in a couple spots, but I thought Indiana was all over it.
I got home from the gym Saturday morning after doing like stretching and red light therapy and bunch of just like pre-lift stuff without actually getting to actually lift any weights in preparation for Sunday. And then I ended up taking a nap Saturday afternoon and woke up to I think it was Indiana and Michigan. So, I mean, this week and next week are usually like the dull weeks of college football because everybody's taking their buys or they're playing their really, really, really easy cupcake games in preparation for all the rivalry games that take place Thanksgiving week.
Well, they still have the one more week just before.
Thanksgiving is late this year.
Yep, that it is.
Which is
gotta-
which is what I mean. This week and next week are usually your cupcake weeks.
Trying to enlarge that a little bit more. So I can let me do a zoom in so we can get that larger. We can actually
No ticket
read.
prices.
No. It's I don't have the TV one up yet. We're relax. We'll get there. We'll get to that. We'll get to the fun one. We'll get to the fun one.
What Durkin humble brag?
Do what?
What the
Humble brag mutt? All right. Texas has Arkansas, which we know should be pretty much a cakewalk. Ohio State, Northwestern.
I don't look,
Bama,
I don't know that
Mercer.
Arkansas is a cakewalk for Texas. And I
Really?
don't think Northwestern's a cakewalk for Ohio State.
Really? Durkin, hold on, buddy. Hang on. Hang on. Come on.
I tweeted this last night. This was the best race you're ever going to get at this racetrack with this car in this series. Was the Xfinity Series race better?
Oh, there it is.
But I also told Jeff Bluff and Jordan Bianchi in the garage before the race, I hope we don't see this come down to a stupid caution with 5 to go, which sends us into a pit stop cycle, which sends us into
Hang on.
that determines who wins the championship, because that's not right. Thankfully, we didn't get there. The only thing I was very disappointed in yesterday, and I watched all 312.
I'll let you do the conversion, Durkin. That's 200 kilograms.
Mm-hmm. Durkin, I think he's lifting your weight.
That's 441 pounds.
Correction, it's double Durkin's weight. What? That one fits a little bit better. Wait a minute. Turn around. You can't wear that one.
What?
Turn all the way around. Where'd you find that one at?
In my closet. It's a Russell Wilson jersey. It's this one.
Did we buy that one?
Yeah.
It wasn't in the post office box, right? That one's still on the other side. That other one. Okay. Okay. Yeah. No, that one fits a little bit better. Right. That's right.
Yeah.
Sorry, Bryce came in.
Yeah. My squat's at 330 pounds and my bench press is at 230. So I can squat, deadlift, and bench press you, Durkin. That's a humble brag.
Where is I know I got
I didn't
got
put the
that.
bench press. I didn't put the 235. I put the
No, but
squat
you
in there.
did send
I didn't put the bench press in there because that's one of the lifts I faulted on.
no, but you put the other one up on it.
I did. I put the squat in there.
I don't remember if you did that. That one I think was straight from your page though.
The squat? No, I can throw it in there for you.
Getting back to our schedule though, Bama gets Mercer. Tulane snuck up on the list and gets to play Navy. I think Navy turns around and probably bounces them back out. Penn State gets Purdue. Notre Dame gets Virginia. SMU gets Boston College. LSU, I don't think anybody cares about. Florida, they get Florida. Florida might be ticked off enough to turn around and hand them their fourth loss. Who knows? That'd be hilarious.
You know, but that 42% say yes, it would be. And that's
All right. Come on.
I think Oregon's in a bit of in for a bit of culture shock going to Camp Randall at night.
Come on. Now, what was the weight on this one?
330.
Oh, wow, it's really enough. That is a deep drop for that squat, man. Whew. That's a deep squat.
Mm-hmm.
Deep squat. So, yeah. Humble nothing.
Oh, that's right. Tennessee and Georgia play this weekend.
Hey, there's a game we get. There's a good one we get.
Is that the national night game?
7:30.
Yeah, but you got Oregon and Wisconsin. Hold on, I got the TV schedule up on my.
Oh,
It is the ABC ESPN game,
all right.
and Oregon Wisconsin is on NBC at 7:30.
Ah, whatever.
Hey, tickets as low as $82 right now for Camp Randall.
I'm trying to find our fun screen. For those who don't know, I wanted to turn around and front it. So hang on. I wanted to just front it up. Last week we were how do we want to put this? We were
stupid.
That'll do it.
I was being stupid because I thought it would be funny to take games that had really, really low ticket prices and outrageous lines and bet them and then parlay them
and
see what would hit.
And the scary results from what we attempted to pull off last week would have been astronomical.
We were 3 points short.
It was, yes. For the $21 drop that we would have to splurge, it was a $4,100 payout if the full 8-leg parlay paid off.
And we missed it by 2 legs and 3 points.
Yeah, and somebody missed the over by half a point. We missed that one. And then the late game, we missed it just by a couple points. And it was so close. So darn close. But the scarier part was because it was so darn close, it was like, maybe we're onto something. So
I don't necessarily know that we're onto something. It was just dumb fun.
Yes.
But we could go see Rutgers in Maryland for $2.
I was gonna say let's see our options for this week.
There's a lot of good ones.
Well, we got to remember the rule is the 4 lowest ones, and I mean,
there's a lot of really low ones. So I'm thinking about the if you've got You've got games on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. That's
We have a Big Ten matchup also at $2.
Yeah, Rutgers and Maryland. I said that.
No, but the other one is up here. East Carolina and Tulsa.
I said Rutgers and Maryland for $2.
All right.
So I think in interest of fairness, I want to add a little bit to this.
Okay.
Just to see. So the ticket price can't be over $15.
Well, I don't think it could be double digits. I thought that's what we were going by. Is it can't be double
No, because
digits.
we had a couple of ticket price. No, we had a couple of ticket price. We had one ticket price that was $11.
Yeah. Nope. 6, 4, 4, and 7. Nope. Nobody was double digits.
I don't have a problem picking double digit. If under $15, $15 or under is fine. I also think that you can't pick games. You couldn't pick games that are all on the same day. That way you're not loading up on like Tuesday night Maction.
Fair enough.
Hi, buddy.
We're talking about our
parlays again
on how close we came.
He'll be back in a second.
Dude,
hey, how's your heart doing after
we have
yesterday?
2 games that are $2 tickets.
Yeah.
We have including a Big Ten matchup.
Rutgers and Maryland, $2.
Rutgers and Maryland for $2.
And it's a Big Ten game.
It's
no
a
less.
Right?
Wow.
How's your heart doing after last night?
I'm fine. Because when everything came down to it, I knew we had a kicker, so we were good.
So was that a kneecap biting, or did you get him in the shins?
That
was ugly.
That was definitely a kneecapper. But it was literally like he described it. It's like you're gonna get punched, and you're gonna get punched, and you're gonna get knocked down, and you're gonna get back up, and you're gonna get knocked down again, and you're gonna get back up, and you're gonna hit back. And
CJ Stroud will just send you gifts by airmail.
Sir,
I mean,
we
returned them.
I've seen videos of prison fights that were prettier than that game last night.
No. You want to compare that to the Giants Carolina game that went to overtime in Germany at 9:30 in the morning.
Hey, how about Sean Hockley giving out penalties in German?
Yes.
That was bravo. That was impressive. That was cool. Impressive. That was impressive. Even I stopped and I went, wait, what? I'm like, I don't have translation on, right? I looked at my caption thing on my YouTube. I'm going, wait a minute, what? Yeah, that was impressive.
Also, Sean Hockley might be more yoked than his dad.
We have better stuff now.
This is true. We do have better injectables now.
What's up, Kev? How you doing, dude?
So I think for sure, I want me some Rutgers, Maryland at $2.
Okay, and Maryland is favored by 5.5, and the over/under is 50.5.
Oh, we're going over for sure.
Okay. We're doing the other one, the East Carolina, Tulsa. I believe East Carolina was our
We took East Carolina last week too, and they hit. So we're gonna
Yeah.
ride the hot hand. We're gonna stick with the hot horse. We're gonna get her out of the stable, polish her up real good, take her to the Derby. Give me Eastern Carolina
Yep, ECU by 14.
14.
and the over. We'll take the over.
And the over is they boosted 61.5.
Oh, see, I can still get it at 60.5. I got that point.
Well, this is going in accordance with the ESPN bet, but I'm sure DraftKings probably has it a little different too. But yeah, East Carolina set us up real nicely last week, very nicely. Hey, Kev finally got a Monday night off. Sweet.
I want
Now, let's see. Nobody else up there. We got $4. Kent State at Miami of Ohio for your Maction.
Miami of Ohio by 30.5. Is that what we're looking at?
Yes. 30. It says 30. Yeah.
With an over under of 45.
45.5. I don't think they're expecting Kent State to do much. Sorry, Adam.
I want the I'm gonna leave that one alone. That one just smells bad all over it.
At
I'm
30.
gonna go.
At 30?
I'm gonna go with Akron at Northern Illinois for my Maction, and I will take.
I was gonna say I like that. I mean, at 30. I mean, Jesus.
No, I'll take NIU and the.
NIU's the one who hosed us last week, by the way.
Is it?
Yep.
You know what? They give me Eastern Michigan at Ohio.
NIU screwed us last week.
Give me Eastern Michigan at Ohio. It's a $5 game.
All right.
Ohio favored by 10. Over unders 49.5. It seems like a solid game.
$5. That's a $5. Ohio by 10.
Oh, man. Now I got one more.
North Texas.
You know what? Just because
wow, there's an over under of 72.5.
Oh
but
boy.
UTSA is only a 1.5 with North Texas.
Oh, University of Texas San Antonio. Yeah, no, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back to Saturday, and we're gonna go with Louisiana Tech at Western Kentucky because I love the Western Kentucky mascot because nobody can tell me what the hell it is. Is it a Muppet? Is it a fry guy from McDonald's? What is the mascot?
So LT against WK. That's a 14.
13.5. Western Kentucky's favored by 13.5. The 52 point over.
Okay, so this is what I got. Now remember, because of the app I'm using, I have to split the spreads and the over-unders. Just the spreads. I've got Ohio by 9.5, the Pirates by 14, the Hilltoppers, I believe,
yes,
by 14, and Maryland by 5.5. Combined odds of plus 1230. So, for example, a $5 bet is going to net you $66.50.
Ooh.
So 14.
We had 2, 4,
14.
4, 5, 9, 9, 4, 23 for $23.
Yeah. Good night, Bobo.
Let's see.
Love you.
Eastern Carolina. Post it over.
7.
We said where is the
Hold on. 7,
Ken-
21,
Kent State?
23. That's right. $23. That's the that would be the bet.
EM over Ohio. So EM.
Kevin's
Ohio.
like, which derby is this? This is our idiocy, Kevin. We pick games with really, really low ticket prices for college football, and then we bet the over, under, and the spread.
Yep.
Now,
And then try
taking
to
all-
parlay it.
taking all
And
the
last
overs-
week we almost, if we would have played it, we lost by 3. But if it would have hit, it would have hit for $4,100.
right. If
And Vinny and Vito would have been knocking at the door.
so, taking all the overs, your $23 bet would be plus 1228 and net you 305.52.
Isn't that
For
bad?
the 4 overs.
I know,
Our
right?
numbers
I mean, it's
catch on.
only a $23 wager. Why in the hell not, right? It's like, what rinky dink? Who else did we go with? You said
Rutgers and Maryland.
Rutgers, and that's right, Rutgers and Maryland. So move on to Saturday here.
There was
Rutgers
2 on
and-
Saturday, 1 on Friday, 1 on Thursday.
Oh, Western Kentucky and Louisiana Tech. Western
Yes.
Kentucky
Yes.
and the over. And then Rutgers and Maryland.
Should just get Kevin on his computer on here. So that but Kevin, just get in here.
Okay, and we said that's $23, right?
Yes. By the way, Zolt, congratulations to you winning the fantasy league playoff championships yesterday. Well done.
If you say so.
You did. You
What
won.
did, what did I do?
You won the NASCAR fantasy league playoff championships.
I did?
Yeah, you won the playoff championship.
I thought I
And you're
was in
now
the
apparently
third the whole
banned for
time.
life. Well, our $23 shebang
Came
will
in
pay out $34.49 and 49 cents.
What's that, Zolt?
I came in third.
Nuh-uh.
Uh-huh.
In the overall, not in the playoffs.
No,
In the playoffs,
I went to the playoff tab.
no,
third.
you were in first.
I was never in first. I think you're talking about Chipper, sir. Not so happy without Harvick is Chipper.
I know who that is.
That's who's in first and the playoff. I just went to it. And the overall, for that matter.
I don't believe you. I just checked it last night.
I will gladly take the victory. However,
Well, we're gonna boot him out of the league anyway.
yeah, I mean, he's too good.
Boy, that microphone. This coffee with Kenny, I'm gonna assume sure I saw it. It's unbelievable. But I remember going back. I saw a picture yesterday.
Oh, I know what happened. I know what happened. I went to click on the playoffs and clicked on Daytona, which is right underneath the playoffs, and you won Daytona.
I mean,
I came-
it's really the only one that matters.
Hey, we're only 97 days away from the 2025 Daytona 500.
Wow. You're really pushing on that one, ain't you?
That made me happy. Thank you. So it was like we just went through 8 months of this. There were children who were conceived at the last Daytona 500 who just were born.
But you're telling me that means I have roughly 3 months in which I can delete the app.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I will say though, I told everybody 3 weeks ago when he won Vegas that Joey Logano was going to win the championship. I even came on here and said it. He's going to win the Cup championship. And guess what? He won the Cup championship. And I can't stand Joey Logano as a race car driver. I really can't. But he didn't do anything wrong. The way that this format is, it is designed to manufacture the championship. The best racer doesn't get to race for the championship.
Right.
Joey Logano got let back into the playoff because Alex Bowman's car was 17 pounds too light. At the Charlotte Roval, and he got eliminated.
So I flipped out the other game and went for the North Texas game with the 72.5 over. And the payout hit $3,500.
Oh, leave that game alone. Leave that North Texas game alone.
I like that North Texas game.
No, stay away from it. It stinks worse than roadkill on I-77 in the middle of July.
It's the over-under fun factor.
You're gonna get your. Hey, you ever watch a segment on Scott Van Pelt, Bad Beats? That's what that is. That's a bad beat. Stay the fuck away from it.
This is interesting. The Ohio State Northwestern game is being played in Wrigley Field.
Yeah, they did it a few years ago too. The one end zone is literally right up against the wall with the ivy.
I was gonna say that is really squeezing a football stadium in the baseball stadium. That I've been there. I know how tiny the ballpark is. Whew, that's a tight fit. And OSU is favored by 30.
Northwestern's beat them.
Yeah.
I think the last time Northwestern beat him, Ohio State was 1 or 2 when they beat him.
$60 a month. So I keep spending more than that. Be a winner with Consumer Sunday. Call 1-888-FREEDOM.
I want to bring up the pro schedule and see if there's any pro games that have ticket prices less than $30.
I would
Hold
imagine
on.
that would violate
on.
NFL bylaws. You must sell our tickets for a decent amount.
Oh, buddy. Here we go.
Oh, snap.
Hang on. All right. So we got Minnesota, Tennessee, Vegas at Miami for 39. We got Cleveland at New Orleans for 25. We're getting under the that's under the PSL. Oh, Houston at Dallas. $36 in Jerry's world. He's losing money, folks.
Jerry's not happy.
Woo, doggy. $36.
How many
They're just
puppies do you
begging you to take it.
How many puppies do you think Jerry Jones kicks on a daily basis when he walks to the front office for the Dallas Cowboys?
At this point, he goes out of his way to find them.
Okay. So in
I think
accordance
at
with
first he was kicking the bigger puppies, and like now he goes and tries to find like the little teacup Shih Tzus and just punts them like they're mini Dallas Cowboy footballs, because apparently he's the only one that can kick on that football team.
all right, so Washington and Philly is pricey. So Cleveland at New Orleans
Hold up.
is the
hold up. Hey,
cheapest
you
at
said
25.
Texans Cowboys is how much
That one
36
is
bucks.
36
for Monday night?
for a Monday.
Yes.
For Monday night football in Jerry's world. It is the cheap ticket. All right, just because we got to see this. Don't tell me it's just not the SRO, because I'll be mad as hell. It's like, come on, show us actual seats and not the SRO. No, that's the SRO. But we got 58 in section 449. That's way up here. We got 58. We have 58.
When you want to look down on the giant scoreboard.
Let's see what we got. 297. Oh, these are the lower suite things. 220, 217, 375. Oh, we have 171 right there. Yeah, he's still charging up the nose. 62. This is when you're watching it on the Jumbotron when you're up here.
Converted from a regular call ship by 1922.
But the standing room only on the ends here. Hey,
It's insane length of 1,092
not too far.
Construction of the
Make
Ford class
sure you pick the side that is not opposite the sun.
2005.
On Monday Night Football? What
You
sun?
never know. You never know.
Fair enough.
Part of the carrier's
Fair
side.
enough.
The construction of the site was entrusted to
All
the
right. The Browns at New Orleans is 25. New Orleans. Ouch.
Where there's a grand ship,
New Orleans favored by 1
or since the first contract of $2.7 billion in 2005.
and 44.5 for the over-under.
Saints actually looked like a competent team.
How can you say that with
Been a
this?
mirage.
You are not saying that with a straight face. Stop smiling.
I mean, the Browns
Quit
are
smiling.
coming off their bye week.
Program by 2024 was estimated at about $40 billion.
And then you get the Colts at the Jets.
I am not touching Jets by 3.5 for any company.
Yeah, I was going to
I
say
don't care who
somebody
the hell
is.
they're playing.
Yeah, somebody's on crack there.
And I understand how Flacco has looked, but you could put Anthony Richardson back in and probably beat that.
With 100,000 tons of displacement, the ability to transport
We'd lose on that leg alone. There's no way the Jets are doing anything. We'd lose on that one alone. All right, so the next after 36, what do we got? 39, Vegas and Miami. We got Vegas and Miami favored by 7. Or the 44 is the Bengals at the Chargers, with the Chargers as a 1.5 with the 46.5 over under.
Who is paying $220 to go see the Jaguars get slaughtered by the Lions?
Lions fans.
I was going to say, it's not about the opponent.
Nope.
It's about my God, we can actually go and watch winning football.
Yes.
And not just winning football, with the exception of this week.
Dude,
Quality winning football.
Over on that favored by 13. Damn.
It's Jacksonville. Is Trevor Lawrence even going to play? Wait,
That's
hang on.
that's
I'm
the
the injury guy.
$1 million.
Hold on.
I was just gonna say, one, that was stupid for you to ask us that question. We were usually asking you that question.
Hey,
It may be too soon yet.
Pittsburgh ticket prices are $257.
Again, they're playing winning
That's-
football. And it's Baltimore.
And they're playing the Ravens.
It's Baltimore.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's Baltimore. People are giving up their firstborn to go see that game.
I wouldn't go that far.
Have you met some Steeler fans?
Have you met
I'm
some of these
related to Steeler fans.
I rest my case.
I can guarantee you that none of the Steeler fans that I'm related to would sell their firstborn to go to that game.
Well, then we'd also have to go to, have you seen some Ravens fans? And I know a few of those.
So you've got Green Bay at Chicago. Tickets are $218. Jacksonville at Detroit, $220. Baltimore at Pittsburgh, $257.
Kansas City at Buffalo for
And then
$238.
Kansas City at Buffalo for $238. So of those four games, you've got enough money to buy 2 tickets to one of those 4 games. Which one are you buying the tickets to?
I'm biased.
You don't count.
No,
Yeah.
probably Kansas City at Buffalo.
I mean, that should be a good matchup.
That should be pretty much I mean that, and they even have it as that's the game of the week for TV too. So, I mean, that's the one. I mean, granted, hang on a second. Let me make sure he's not within earshot. Bug. Okay, Bryce isn't around. Besides the shellacking that Seattle's going to take in San Francisco, I mean, yeah, no, I'm watching the Kansas City Buffalo game.
I mean, I might take that money and just go buy 2 tickets to Washington at Philadelphia on Thursday night so that I could watch the Commanders beat the hell out of the Eagles.
Oh yeah, I know. I already was giving Sam the business, going, "Hey, you guys are screwed this week. Short week. You already played like garbage against Dallas and got away with murder because your defense saved you, and Dallas had no offense to really speak of. Now you got a true test, and you'll probably lose." And then
Could you imagine? Could you imagine if the Eagles lost to the Cowboys on that game?
Oh my God!
I am all for jumping all over and making Sam miserable. I'm here for it. I understand. I will say this: they're getting their starting left tackle back. That'll make a difference.
So it'll delay the inevitable sack from like 3 seconds to 3.5 seconds?
Perhaps.
Maybe.
Okay.
Jalen Hurts will still do something stupid.
Nick Sirianni will pick a fight with a mascot or something.
Yeah.
It's Philly. The mascots fight back. They're all carrying blades to begin with.
I'm glad I waited.
Batteries. They carry batteries, sir. Blades won't get through security.
That's Cleveland. We've got the batteries. We got the batteries here.
I thought you carried around like a bottle of Lake Erie water that you drink it and do the fire. No.
So Kevin's going off of the average ticket cost. So if you go on ESPN, Kevin, if you look at the TV schedule, it actually tells you, it gives you links to the tickets.
Yeah, it gives you links right to Ticketmaster. It's all right here.
So that's why
This is what we're basing our stuff off of.
Yep.
Look, I'm giving Kevin the benefit of the doubt. He knows what the hell we're talking about. He's telling all of us and all of our viewers, Detroit is the high value ticket. Detroit is America's team.
Yeah.
And-
I'm not gonna dispute that. Ever since I saw the meme a couple of weeks ago, I was like, yeah.
Have you seen the Jake Bates nickname?
And with Detroit, we have a new MVG.
Yep.
This week notwithstanding.
No.
Yeah, I was
Everybody's
gonna
allowed to
say,
have an off week.
hey, you know, all I know is the Texans defense is really pissed off at CJ Stroud right now. Stroud screwed that game so bad.
The MVG,
said,
the most valuable Gibson.
I turned the game off. It was 23-13. I turned the game off. I was like, I'm done. I was done. Legatron.
I
love it. I love it. Bravo. That's beautiful.
Who is
beautiful.
Dicker your guys' kicker?
No,
that's
the
Jake Bates,
Chargers
the
kicker.
USFL kid.
Oh,
I shouldn't say kid because he's actually here's the funny thing. Somebody dug up, you guys know in the chat how I like to throw little tidbits out there. It's like,
Right.
hey, this guy came off of IR. This guy got signed. Most, I would say most of it is informational. Some of it is trolling. Sometimes it's funny. Somebody dug up one of those where Houston released Jake Bates in August of last year. Welcome back.
welcome back, Jake Bates.
Yeah, but Fairbairn isn't a bad kicker.
No. I mean, they're doing okay.
I mean, we saw some pretty crappy kicking yesterday.
It was a week. Look,
It was,
I'm sure you
dude,
said
that
before
was
I get-
an insane day.
we just saw some pretty crappy football all
Yes.
around.
Between Saturday and Sunday, there was some bad football being played.
There's some really bad football. I swore it was Halloween weekend, for Christ's sake. I was like, what in the blue hell is going on?
Hey, I am a good Christian boy. Do not take the Lord's name. I can't even say it with a straight face. I can't even get through it.
I was going to say, you couldn't say it with a straight face. You tried.
I tried really hard.
You tried. You tried your best Mick Manhattan impersonation. It didn't work. Sorry. It was a good attempt, though. Good attempt. I give you. Good attempt. But yes, hopefully, starting with Thursday night, it's ironic they put another good game on Thursday night
I was
football.
just gonna say, how the hell did that game get on Thursday?
Yeah, how did that happen? How in the Blue Blazes did that happen? That's 2 weeks in a row they got good football. That is not the Prime Video way.
Real quick, I am watching I got a documentary on in the background about the USS Gerald Ford, the super carrier. And they threw out a stat because they were talking about China's attempt to copy it. And the US owns 1/5 of the world's aircraft carriers, with a total number of aircraft carriers around the world being 47. The US owns 1/5 of that.
Nice.
With 2 more super carriers already being commissioned.
They take a hot minute.
You can fly 90 aircraft off those things, man. They can haul 90 aircraft. I'm sorry. But if a boat that big with a combination of 90 YF-22 Raptors and F-15 Strike Eagle 2s coming at me, I'm just signing treaties. That's all that's happening.
It's a good thing that they flexed the Bengals and Chargers game at least. I mean, because Monday Night Football is going to be ugly. And like I said, outside of Seattle and San Francisco, the KC Buffalo, I mean, there really isn't an exciting. I mean, Pittsburgh, Baltimore should pretty much be it. I know Detroit will get the Jacksonville, Detroit.
What's the ugliest game on this week's schedule?
Vegas and Miami. No, yeah, Vegas and Miami.
It could be.
Because
I don't mean number wise. I mean
player wise. Yeah, player wise. Oh yeah.
No, honestly, it could be Colts Jets. That could be the ugliest game that we see played.
See, I honestly thought. I honestly thought it would be.
Defense? Yeah.
I look at that schedule and I honestly think it's LA and New England.
No, that one's going to be solid. Drake May's getting really a little bit more comfortable with the NFL speed right now. And it's not going to be as quick as what Bo Nix is doing, but he's getting there and he's showing that it's better than what New England has had over the past 2 years, which has been a total cluster bomb. Drake May seems to be very well grounded, even for being a rookie so far. I think he's very well grounded. It's kind of like Trey Lance was stuck in the Jacksonville situation. Drake May is stuck in the Patriots situation. I think he's going to be okay. The Rams offense is probably going to run roughshod, but I think it'll be all offense and no defense. But I mean, as far as true ugliness, Zolt's right. It could be Indianapolis and New York.
I mean, there's been some ugly football from both those teams for multiple weeks now. And just going back to the Patriots are playing much better football than they were at the beginning of the year. Rams, I don't know what the hell the Rams are doing. Sometimes they're there, and sometimes I don't know where the hell they are.
Well, Puka's not going to be throwing any punches, So, they ought to be all right. When you're not throwing punches and you're actually playing football, you're going to do okay. So I think you'll be all right. What is speaking of which, Miami is up on the Rams 17-6. What in the blue blazes is going on in LA? Good grief.
Miami has their quarterback back. That helps.
They had him back. They had him back last week too, and
but it takes, you gotta knock the rust off. Knock the sense back.
I go benching Tyreek Hill for this week, and now he's going to go off.
I mean, you never sit your studs, man.
He has only gotten double digits twice, and it was only at 10 points. Kevin, are you trying to say Matthew Stafford is not being a top 10 quarterback? Is that what you're trying to say?
Okay. All right. This is an argument from like 5 years ago.
Hey, Durkin was floating around the room already. He's been watching this broadcast. I had to drop it. At this
point, he would be saying Goff is a top 5, and he'd be right. Again, this week notwithstanding.
Like I said, Durkin's in the room. Tyreek Hill has a whopping 13 yards receiving and 11 yards rushing. Wow. Wow. Those are just stellar numbers. Stupendously stellar. This has got to be one of the most boring Monday Night Football games almost. Good grief. Definitely no scoring. I mean, shoot, Puka Nakua 6 for 55. That's better than anything I've seen so far. Hey, yeah, Cooper Cup, keep that dude down there.
No,
I don't need Cooper Cup doing anything.
Every touch he can get.
I'm just mad I found out that the dude's name was Chuba and not Chubba.
Oh, Chuba Hubbard.
Sorry.
Hey,
Yeah, I was really excited.
That guy's been a solid fantasy player for as bad as Carolina's playing.
Listen, the first time I read that name, I thought his name was Chubba Hubbard, and I was like, "That's an awesome name." And then I heard it pronounced Chuba today, and I was very sad about that.
Don't worry, the media still says Chubba Hubbard. The media still says Chubba Hubbard. Well, it's just like everybody says Kelsey, and it's actually pronounced Kels. It's not Kelsey, it's just Kels.
It's Mr. Swift.
Wow. You did see this. You did see her.
It's Mr. Swift.
Her sluttiness yesterday, right?
Hey,
Woo!
hey, it's Mr. Swift if you're nasty.
Oh, God. Oh, wow. Wow.
Leave Taylor alone with the.
I mean, she.
Hey, I wasn't
she's doing
minding
fine.
it, dude. I was not minding it one bit. Should have looking good. Had my attention.
Mute me for that?
No, I didn't mute you.
Just because.
No, Kevin's telling me to be telling you to mute me for what? Mr. Swift, if you're nasty?
Not a Swiftie fan.
Just because I provide the information. And in some ways, this could be linked to an injury report, but it really isn't. And since the conversation was brought up by Bruiser, CVN 80, also known as the USS Enterprise, delayed by 18 months.
We're waiting for parts from Japan.
Will deliver September of 2029. That's the furthest along of the next one. It is supply issues. As one supplier put in February, they were waiting on supplies ordered in 2022 to arrive.
Wow. See, that's what you get for not making the crap in the good old US of A. And waiting on
Even if
parts
we
from
made it
Japan.
here, it would
Hey,
still
hey,
be
Suds, chill
delayed. It
out.
would
We're not
still
getting
be
political.
delayed.
It wasn't nothing political. See, Kevin even said Japan microchips on back order. Of course.
Was made here, it would still be delayed. And
Well,
the CVN 81 is currently being in production too. The Doris Miller. But proceed.
I have something fun.
And then the Nimitz.
Doubt it. Sorry. Go on.
No, I have something fun just because I want to ruffle Sam, because Sam and Tyler on 609 Sports Podcast on at
Every Monday at 5:30.
Nope, 6 o'clock. Sorry.
Since
Time
when?
change. As of today, starting 6 o'clock on your Monday Facebook posts.
Makes it harder for me to actually make it.
I know, man. You missed it today. Fun show. They ran 2.5 hours. He's feeling froggy. But they did their
Philly, what
their
do they
top
have to
10.
talk about for 2.5 hours? Which Santa Claus takes the best punch?
There was a 20-minute block set aside for every score Philly had against Dallas. It took 2.5 hours.
Wow. So they did their own little power rankings, which I was like, yeah, whatever. And they had the Chiefs at number 1. I was like, not
How are
according
you
to
going to have the Eagles in number 2?
because of the numbers that I was looking at. I know it's blasphemy to talk numbers in front of Zolt, so I won't like specify off, but it's
Lions.
points for and points against with the strength of schedule combination is what you're looking at, and the Kansas City Chiefs barely being undefeated due to a scripted, and yes, we'll say it. I mean, for crying out loud, Denver Broncos let every damn Chief run through that line yesterday. If you all didn't think that there was a payoff there, check Vegas's bets. You'll see.
Lions, Chiefs, Steelers. That's your 1, 2, and 3.
Not even close.
Yes.
I would probably put Buffalo ahead of the Steelers.
Yeah.
All right. Lions, Chiefs, Buffalo, Pittsburgh.
I wouldn't argue it.
Well, like I said,
With
hardcore
Washington at a solid number 5.
with the Chiefs only doing a 219 and 161, it's kind of hard to put them up there.
I would also put probably Ravens up there. I would probably put the Ravens above the Steelers, even though I know the Steelers are ahead of them in the rankings.
The Ravens is the big problem is their points against.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what
their defense
really
has not
hurts.
been good.
Yeah, the point it is really, really bad, which is why they're kind of trying to play like the Rams' greatest show on turf, try to outscore everybody. And that's why that hurts. And the Texans just happen to be the best of the rest. That's why they're even on the list.
Somebody's got to be there.
Yes, exactly. But outside of that, the Lions definitely are looking numero uno. And yes, I know it's going to be a shocker. Why are the 49ers? No, the 49ers do not belong on this list.
I would make the case at 10 that you could put the Chargers there.
I looked at it too, and it was kind of
like I said, and you know what? Okay.
And especially because if you went to the playoffs right now, the Chargers are in.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
You know, the Chargers are in.
And speaking of a team that is in but is not on your list, I want to take a minute. I want to talk about Arizona. I want to talk about the fact that if Kyler Murray could play like that every week, or at least most weeks.
Yep. I know where you're going.
The amount of crow people would have to eat, there'd be no birds left.
No, you're right. If he can actually focus on that, basically harness it and go the next 5 weeks like this, dear God.
That was insane.
That was nuts yesterday. Totally nuts. I mean, he could do what he wanted to yesterday. I said, "Oh my God!" I said, "Get off the Call of Duty and you're playing Madden." Okay, hey, it's about time.
He finally reached max prestige and he's focused now.
Yeah, I even sat there. I went, "Well, there's the Kyler Murray everybody's been talking or wanting." I was saying that's it right there. It's the Kyler Murray everybody has been wanting. The problem is trying to keep that Kyler Murray there.
22 of 24,
Mm-hmm.
266 yards, 1 touchdown.
Yeah, and Connor had a field day too.
Yeah.
Connor had an absolute field day. Kevin, the Packers are 230 and 194. The NFC North is like the NFC West. They are like the two strong power divisions at the moment.
Kevin, I'm with you, man. If you're putting Green Bay on the list, you might as well put Atlanta.
Look, we're not going that far. Atlanta's
Very similar. Very similar.
Green Bay's got, I don't know. Their numbers are better off. And I'm sure that's well, Kev, you're also 500, so you are 500.
I do want to say, George, I appreciate the attempt at just going by the numbers and using them sometimes, and you'll learn this. Sometimes there's a deeper story to the numbers. It's not just dry black and white.
I gave it a whirl. You weren't there. We did, to just preface this, you and I have not we did not discuss numbers. We didn't even have a conversation today. Usually we discuss said things.
No, because this list wouldn't look like this.
Well, like I said, we did discuss it. I gave it my shot at it based on the numbers. And I actually wasn't even going to do such a thing, but Sam just poked at this topic, and I went, "Oh, hell no." Because there was no reason to have the Chiefs sitting in the number 1 spot.
Did he have the Eagles? Okay, I was going to say he didn't have the Eagles one.
He had the Eagles at 2 or 3.
Hold on. If he had the Eagles at 2 and the Chiefs at 1, that would mean he had the Lions behind the Eagles. Folks, there is no need to tune into that show anymore.
I'm just saying, it was like, oh dear Lord, here we go.
Please.
Division leading.
Yeah, I until this week, they will have been division leading. After this week, the reality sets in a little that they're in a dogfight.
They would still be 7-3 with a loss.
True. Very true. Very true. But they'll take the back seat and they'll be sitting in the 2nd spot, non-division leading. But that's okay. And if by some miracle Russell Wilson does pull that off,
Hey, with the 5 minutes that we have left, do you want to talk about something rather important?
What do you mean 5 minutes?
Said 90 minutes. 5 minutes, 10:30. That'll be the 90-minute mark.
This is what you said.
Oh, well, then I better hurry up and get on the Cavs.
Well, here, Zoltan, I'm out.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can't handle that. The Detroit Pistons sitting down there. Sorry about that. Yeah, we got to talk about perfection here, baby.
Ovechkin is now sitting at 863 career goals.
Okay.
He broke 800 last year. and ended the season. Oh, sorry. He broke it during the 2022-2023 season. And he ended last year with 853 and now has 863. He's already scored 10 goals this year. Does he get to 894? And if so, does it happen before or after the All-Star break?
I don't know. After, if he does it, I think it'll be after. Too much pressure before.
And when he gets close, do you think the NHL will bring Gretzky to the games to watch the record get broken?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Gretzky would demand it.
I would think so too.
Yes, he gets there. I don't know if that'll be before the All-Star break. I think it'll be after. I mean, the current pace he's at is... I just don't think it's that sustainable.
Good night.
Yeah. As I said, I think it'll be after. He'll get there, but it's going to be after.
I think if he doesn't hit it before the All-Star break, he doesn't get it this year.
Really?
Uh-huh. Because the All-Star break is in mid-February. And the season's over by the end of March and they start the playoffs. If the Capitals are in a good spot, I could see him being conservative and chasing the cup rather than the goal record. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Also, if he beats, I know Gretzky's got more cups and more cup appearances than Ovechkin, but when Ovechkin beats Gretzky's record, how far up of the hierarchy in hockey legends does that put Ovechkin? Is he right underneath Gretzky, or does he surpass Gretzky?
I'd put him under, like you said. He's got the
Gretzky.
more cups. He's got the more cup appearances and everything. I think that's still what puts Gretzky as still the greatest to play the hockey.
What would you say, Zolt?
I said it does not put him above Gretzky because Gretzky did it in two fewer seasons. Because I know Gretzky retired at 38.
Yeah, wasn't Ovechkin out for a season and a half due to a nasty injury, though?
I thought Gretzky missed one, too.
Yeah.
Might have. Here, look, you're arguing about which Starburst flavor is the best at this point.
Yeah.
Like, we all know that strawberry is the superior Starburst flavor.
It's because they put more of that in the pack. That's why.
With lemon being the close second.
And I like the lemon.
I like the lemon too. I like mixing the lemon and the strawberry together. You sandwich one strawberry between two of the lemon ones, it tastes like strawberry lemonade.
That's what she said.
What?
Never mind. What? Dude, are you... Look, I know I got the whole Baker's rack of rum over here, but are you drinking remotely?
Kevin,
Since hang on, I'm moving on. Since
did you
we're
Kevin, did you
discussing-
eat some bad pork cracklings as a kid?
since we are discussing Hall of Fame Russian hockey players, I need to give a shout out to Pavel Datsyuk, who went into the Hall of Fame today.
Oh, nice. Very
I mean,
nice.
incredibly well deserved. The
Yes.
Magic Man done things out there that had nobody has seen before and wouldn't even think about attempting ever again.
Right?
He was on that one ESPN documentary about the Russian hockey team, and it is nice to see him get into the Hall of Fame.
I had the pleasure of living up in Detroit during that awesome Red Wings runs. It was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So as we're going into some overtime, the Cavs didn't need it. They're now a perfect dozen. 12-0. And our unfortunately, we were going to have a special guest, but I guess I will try to get him on next week. And we'll be discussing the basketball and the Cavs and how the season's going. Aaron Kaz was going to join us tonight in regards to the Cavs and their awesome start. But I turn around and he will probably join us next week.
When they're 12-3.
Look here, you just enjoy that basement for a little while longer.
I don't know. Nobody is even looking across the street from Ford Field right now. Okay, Ford Field,
Right?
where
I was gonna
everybody
say
is.
you get Kevin gets no love. Sorry, Kev. It was strictly a Cavs. It's a Cavs thing, man. It's a Cleveland thing. We weren't talking about the bottom pit of the Detroit Pistons. I'm sorry. The exciting thing right now for Detroit is the Lions, and that's where we want to keep it. We need to keep all the mojo for the Lions. That's what we're saving it for.
America's team.
They're not beating the 24-0 record. I don't think so either. I mean, the schedule really shows I don't think it's going to happen either. But hey, stranger craps happened before, Mike. Strange things have happened before. But no, I mean, this is the best for the Cavs franchise history so far. So I definitely am not depreciating that effort at all. All righty. With that being said, again, I appreciate everybody tuning in and watching. We are a little over the norm. There we go. There it is. There it is. Even the Lakers don't even need LeBron to suck so bad. 12-3.
Kevin knows what's up.
Yeah, okay.
12-0. One win for every person in the stands.
Say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie.